Hey everyone, Tony Ivanov here. Today is October 22nd, 2018. It is the first day of the week. It's a Monday, and we're seeing amazing volume, amazing volatility, and it's continuing from last week. So last week we had a bunch of these, the Chinese low float stocks run. So, I mean, YECO. YECO ran crazy. It went from the 2s to 17. PTI was another one. It went up to the 11s. CCCL, CREG, and just so many more of these low float, low priced China stocks were running, and there was no real reason why they were running, but they were just running because of sympathy plays, and that's what we've really been seeing just work a lot recently is the idea of sympathy plays. So if you guys know about the cannabis rally we had, that was also a factor of sympathy plays. So we had the leading one, TLRY. This one just exploded, went completely parabolic, and then that had other stocks like Cron ran like crazy. This one, CGC, IGC. What else was there? This one, CVSI, and overall, just a lot of cannabis plays were running like crazy. And the main reason why is because there was one main leader in this sector. So today and this week, we're seeing the volume shift away from shippers, shift away from cannabis, and now they're going into shippers because why not? Actually, the reason why these plays are spiking is apparently because of this treaty that was canceled by Trump called the Postal Treaty. This was a treaty with China for over 144 years, and it essentially gave China like reduced pricing on their shipments. So with the cancellation of this treaty, this essentially means that all of these shipper companies will have an increase in revenue because they no longer have to give out these low priced like movement of the packages to China. So this will give them a lot more revenue, and that's why they're all just going crazy. So today we're seeing the sympathy plays of the shippers. So ESEA is the first one that is kind of the leader right now. ESEA, this one is just going completely bananas, and this is the one that I played today. So I played ESEA. I didn't really play it nearly as well as I should have, because this one just exploded completely. And so essentially, let me just bring something real quick. All right, so ESEA, where did I play it? How did I play it? And how can you play it? Well, essentially, first off, just if you don't know how to draw out levels of support and resistance, I have so many videos on that topic. And excuse me, by the way, my dog is crunching on the bone in the background, so if you hear that, my apologies. But ESEA, let me just mark out the best areas to play it. So ESEA didn't really look that strong at all in the morning. It had almost no volume whatsoever in the morning. But I wanted to play it off of this 169 dip buy area. So if we look at the line chart, you can see that the bottom here was 168. It came up, it was testing VWAP overall, and then it came back down, made a higher low, and that's where I had a tiny bit of size there, and I took my profits on this play once it broke over $2. Of course, underestimated the move because it went up to 234, and having this big move made me really think, okay, this one has lots of range, it's very volatile, it's a low float, and it's in the shipping sector, so overall it should be a good watch. Now in the morning, everyone was watching plays like TOPS, and NETE, which NETE wasn't a shipper, it was actually like a cannabis play. And now with that being said, you can see the cannabis plays didn't do so well at market open. This one had a huge breakout in pre-market, which I did not play. Unfortunately, I could have doubled my money here in like 10 minutes. But anyways, everyone was watching this play, NETE, and it just died off. And then everyone was watching TOPS, and this one really didn't have that much range. So it seemed like the market was going to be kind of slow today until we had ESEA just, rally. And look at it go right now. This breakout over the 340s, 330s just keeps on going. This is now a pure short squeeze, and we have TOPS also going. So this market's hot, and this is exactly why you need to learn how to day trade, because like the longer you wait, every single day you'll just have like one more play that you could have played and you missed. So you're missing out on that opportunity cost. And of course, me and my members are in the Trade Buddy chat room every single day, just talking about all these plays and just giving our best guidance and tips on them. So if you want to check that out, link is down below. But anyways, ESEA, you can see on that 169 level, it did retest that one more time. So that would have been the absolute best area to dip by. And this was actually like a trap here. It looked like it broke down, but it caught itself. And really the way that you play these kind of things is that you have to understand that these levels of support and resistance are not an exact science. You have to give it a little bit of wiggle room. If you don't give it any wiggle room, then you're going to get very frustrated, because you're going to have the right idea and you're going to buy in, but then you're going to have way too tight of a stop loss. You get taken out and then it just goes right back up as you planned. So in a situation like ESEA, if you were planning to buy this level of support at 169, I would only have one order at 169, especially if you have a small account. If you have a bigger account, of course you can scale into it, but if you have a small account, just have one order right on that level of support, 169, and then give it, say, 8 cents per share of wiggle room. So if it drops down 8 cents below your entry level, then you cut the loss. And if you did that in this situation, it would have held, you would have never been stopped out, and you would have been in right at the lows of this amazing rally. Also, you could have been a bit safer about it. You could have waited until it reclaimed VWAP, and then it was holding the bottom at VWAP very clearly. That would have been a very good entry point, because 1, you have VWAP, 2, you have the nice round number of $2, and then 3, you have this obvious consolidation in this area with low volume. Now, of course, low volume is not always ideal. However, when we are consolidating and the range is tightening, you need to see reduced volume, and then the increase of volume on the break of the trend, that's a very good signal to add in more size. Now of course, if you are on a smaller account, I would not wait until this point. Ideally, you need to get in at this support at $2, because if you get in up here at 218, you're trying to time the breakout, and it's not so smart to time the breakout. It's better to time your entry with the lowest amount of risk in terms of that chart. Now, I know that sounds kind of confusing, but essentially what I mean is that you don't know exactly when this is going to break out. You don't know when volume is going to come in. However, if you can get in at the right price, as in right here, holding VWAP, $2, that's the ideal place to buy in, because you know if it breaks under VWAP, you can cut the loss, because it's probably going to go down and retest 165. But if you buy here at the 218s, at 220, you don't know when it's going to break out. But the one thing you do know is that overall, your level of support is at $2, and you don't want to risk 20 cents per share. That's around 10% on this play, and that's just too big of risk. So even though volume is coming in at that point, it's very important that you guys have to focus on getting ideal entries. And in this case, That $2 level and VWAP would have been ideal. And then after this point, I really did not know how to play any further. Ideally, I was hoping after we hit this breakout over $3, it would pull back to the 250s and retest the VWAP again, but overall it did not do that, so I didn't play anymore. So that was ESEA. TOPS, I played this one. I got stopped out on it like a few minutes ago. I played this one not on the breakout. I waited until here when it retested its previous resistance, and you can see previous resistance was 238, and I got that from looking at the line chart. You can see right here 238-ish, and I had my average here at 238, not big size at all, and overall it was looking really good. It held as support and it broke higher, but then we had this really random red candle and just a bunch of selling on level 2, and it hit my stop. And honestly, this is a situation of I had my stop way too tight. I only had the stop of 3 cents per share, mainly because I was already up on the day and I didn't really want to have any big losses to ruin my profits. And that's kind of just more of an emotional thing where I didn't really accept the idea that, okay, me taking this trade, there is a possibility of losing. So mainly because I did not accept that reality, I had way too tight of a stop, and overall I lost anyways. So that's just funny how emotions work. But anyways, I got caught here in this massive red candle. It was just random selling. The market makers were having games with this, but then of course overall held perfectly, and now it is uptrending higher. So overall, very, very, very nice price action today. Lots of lessons to be learned on ESEA, TOPS, NETE, and so many others. One more I want to talk about real quick was PLAG. I know a couple of you were stuck in this halt over the weekend. You can see PLAG was a crazy parabolic mover from Friday. It got halted midday pending news. And essentially what the news was the company saying, hey, we don't know what's going on with our company and we're not going to talk about it. That's all they really said. It unhalted today at a price of $3.46 when it halted at $11. So with that low price, you can pretty much assume that, okay, this is going to bounce up pretty damn high. And I know a couple of traders who actually bought in right here at the lows, and they sold like at $8, and they made almost 3 times their money. So no matter what you do, long or short, there is money to be made in the market, as long as you just follow a few simple rules and you always have a trading plan. And that's exactly what we break down every single day in the Trade Buddy community and every day in these video lessons. Now, if you guys don't know about the community completely, I am in there every day in pre-market, and then at 9 a.m. market time, I go into a pre-market webinar where we just go over all the stocks in play, and we go over exactly how we plan to trade them. And then you can ask me questions directly about any stocks that you see, and I'll be happy to answer them for you. And that's, like I said, exclusive in the chat room only. And then of course I'm in the chat room all day, even after market close, answering questions, giving out tips, and overall just helping out all the new and old members. All right, so if you want to check that out, like I said, link is down below. And if you guys enjoyed this video, please, if you could hit the subscribe button. I am so close to 50,000 subscribers, and I would just love to see us break that huge milestone. And like I said, if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, and if you have any questions, leave a comment down below and I'll do my best to get back to you. All right, thank you all so much, and I'll see you in the next video.